So have you been focused in the gym? You've been eating clean and all of a sudden your weight loss has just stopped. Don't worry about it. I got you. I'm going to go through a checklist to help you get your body back in the fat burning mode right now. What up, squad? Brix from Brix Fitness. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I lost about 150, 160 pounds about 10 years ago. And on this channel, I give away all the jewels, all the wisdom that I learned during that process so that your process could be a lot smoother than mine was. So this weight loss plateau thing, man, I get asked about this stuff every single day. And there's a few things I want you to double check to make sure that you're not making these pivotal mistakes. I personally experienced a weight loss plateau for over a year. And the last item on this checklist was the reason why I personally experienced this plateau. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did to address this issue. But before we get into this checklist, I have a personal mission to be a part of 1,000 people's 90-day transformation. So what I'm doing right now, and it's going on right now, and if you're watching this video anytime in 2022 or 2023, most likely this challenge is still happening. What I'm doing is the 1,000 Transformations Challenge. I'm giving away $10,000 in prizes. If you want to be a part of this challenge, I want you to email me your name and your phone number to 1000transformations@gmail.com, and I will personally reach out to you with an invitation. All right, so now let's go through this checklist. Now, one of the first things is one of the most common mistakes I see people making when it comes to weight loss, and it's that they are under eating. Most of us think eat less, exercise more is the formula for weight loss success, and it is not. That is the formula for binge eating. That is the formula for metabolic damage. That is the formula for being in starvation mode, right? So make sure that you're eating in a slight caloric deficit. You have to figure out what your maintenance calories are. So for instance, if you maintain your weight at 3,000 calories, you should be eating no less than 2,500. A lot of us, we start these diets at 1,200 calories, 1,500 calories. And as your body starts to change, because initially you're gonna lose some weight, but as your body starts to change, your calorie requirements are going to change. And at that point, if you're eating 1,200 calories, if you're eating 1,500 calories, there's not much room for you to go down. So your body kind of just goes into starvation mode and weight loss then halts. All right, so make sure that you're not under eating. That is a very common mistake I see people make. Second item on the checklist, what are you eating? Is your diet mostly whole foods, or is most of your diet these ultra processed foods that affect you on a hormonal level? There's a lot of chemistry in your body that affects weight loss. And if you're eating foods that cause inflammation, like ultra processed foods, like foods high in sugar, and even some dairies may cause inflammation in your body. So even if you're eating in a slight caloric deficit, if your hormones are off, your body's not going to let go of the weight like it normally would. Which leads me to the next thing. You got to make sure that you're getting enough protein. The more muscle you have on your body, the more effective it will be at burning fat. So if you're doing a bunch of cardio, you're not really lifting, and you're not eating enough protein, that will slow down the weight loss process. So make sure that you're getting at least 0.75 grams of protein per pound of body fat. I suggest that amount of protein mainly for men who are trying to build a dope physique, but even women. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be getting at least 125 grams of protein per day. All right, next item on the checklist. Are you getting enough sleep? Listen, I've had clients who their diets were on point, we were busting our ass in the gym, and they still weren't losing weight. And when I asked how much sleep they were getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. That is not going to work. Your body is not going to function optimally. The processes that need to happen inside of your body to release body fat is not going to happen if you are not recovering, if you are not resting adequately. So make sure you're getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single night, because if you're not, it will stop the fat loss process. Which leads to the next thing on the checklist. What is your stress levels like? Listen, that's another thing that will affect your hormones. And also, when you're stressed out, you're gonna wanna overeat carbs and sugar. Stress eating is a real thing. So make sure that you are monitoring your stress, because like I said, it affects how much calories you consume, and it also affects your hormones, which affect the way that your body functions. Let's move on to the next item on the checklist. Doing too much cardio and not lifting weights enough. This is a twofold item. Sometimes when you increase the amount of cardio that you do, it actually stokes your appetite. So you may be doing an additional 30 minutes of cardio, but that may make you a little hungrier in the evening, which is causing you to eat an additional 3, 5, or 800 calories, just snacking. All right, so be mindful of how much cardio you're doing and how it's affecting your appetite, as well as doing so much cardio that it's taking away from your weightlifting time. Listen, again, muscle burns fat. You want to create a metabolic furnace in your body, and you do that through resistance training. So focus on weight training, don't overdo the cardio, and be mindful of how the cardio, or any sort of activity for that matter, is affecting your appetite. Now, the last item on this checklist is the one that I've been guilty of time and time again. I experienced a 1 year, it was probably over a year, weight loss plateau, and it was simply because I wasn't tracking my food accurately. At the end of the day, guys, and it's a lot more complex than this, but when it comes down to the foundational elements of weight loss, it's calories in versus calories out. So if you are taking in more calories than you think you are, that may be the reason why your body's not losing weight. It's not necessarily a weight loss plateau. You're just not consuming the amount of calories that you think you are. If you're not in a caloric deficit, your body's not gonna lose weight. And it doesn't matter if you're eating quote unquote healthy foods. For me, the issue was I wasn't measuring my peanut butter. And peanut butter and avocado and all of these healthy fats are really calorie dense, right? So which means it's really easy to overeat them. So you have to make sure that you are accurately tracking your food. You have to measure things out. I know it's annoying, but if you're just snacking on a few handful of nuts every once in a while during the day, that can take you out of your caloric deficit completely. And you may not even know it, because these foods are quote unquote healthy foods. So you wanna pay attention, because it's so easy to overeat healthy foods and think, oh no, they're healthy, so I'm not. No, those calories add up. Calories are calories, whether it's from kale or it's from goddamn ice cream. It's still calories, all right? And you still have to eat a certain amount if you want to continue to lose weight. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful. Put it in the comment section if you have any specific video ideas that you want me to make. And remember, the body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So evolve. Peace.